Howdy folks, I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. Our first story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Giving Away My Girlfriend's Phone to My Sister and Scolding Her? It was my girlfriend's 23rd birthday, and I, a 25-year-old male, got her an iPhone 12 Pro, as she's been wanting one for a while. So I saved up, and it was very expensive. When I surprised her with it, I was expecting her to be excited, but instead she told me that she wanted a black one, not a white one. The thing is this, she never told me that she wanted a black phone. She just always said that she wanted the phone itself. When I told her I didn't know, she told me that I ruined her birthday and just left. I was honestly in shock and disbelief that she would be that upset about the phone color. I didn't know what to do with the phone and planned on taking it back, but I remembered my sister, a 19-year-old female, just had a baby and unfortunately had to drop out of college to find a job. I decided that I was going to give the phone to her since the phone she had was not working anymore. I told her that I would give the phone to her, but I still had to check if my girlfriend had changed her mind. So I texted her saying, "This is your last chance to change your mind about the phone because I plan on giving it to my sister." And she just texted me back, "I don't care." I asked her one last time and she said, "I told you I don't care." And that was that. A few hours later, I was in bed when my girlfriend came and asked me where their phone was. And I said, "I thought you said you didn't want it. I'm sorry, but it's too late now. I already gave it to my sister." She got angry and started shouting at me, saying that she thought I was joking, and that it was her phone, and I had no right to give it away, and started stomping her feet, saying she wanted her phone back right now. I lost my cool and told her, "You're an adult behaving like a child who didn't get their way. I asked you twice if you wanted the phone, and you said no. Now please stop behaving like a toddler." She stomped her way out of the room and texted me that I was a jerk, and now all of her friends are ganging up on me, so now I'm wondering if I'm a jerk. Okay, OP, I would be hard-pressed to blame you in this situation. You asked your girlfriend twice if she wanted the phone, and, well, basically 3 times, because you first gave it to her and she left without taking it, and then you gave her 2 chances after that to want the phone. And she didn't want it because it wasn't the right color. Now, after you've already given it away, she's stomping around, acting like she's entitled to this device that you've already given away. The thing is that she's being an entitled brat, and that's that. You probably, I would seriously reconsider your relationship here. I would weigh why you're in this relationship. I would weigh what the benefits of this relationship are, because it seems, just from a cursory glance here, that this probably isn't necessarily the most healthy relationship dynamic. If your girlfriend hasn't learned how to calmly approach a situation, sit down and talk about things, talk about her disappointment, and in a reasonable adult-like manner, this relationship might not really be the one for you. She might need some growing up to do before she, actually finds a good relationship. So I would seriously sit down and think about this. So that's my advice in this situation. You didn't do anything wrong, and if her friends are ganging up on you, she probably told them a distorted version of the events. And that's the reason why they're taking it out on you, because I can't possibly imagine anyone who heard your version of the story would think that you were being a jerk, especially after giving her multiple chances of claiming the phone. So yeah, anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, dealing with this kind of person will always be a no-win situation. No matter how you try to please her, she will never be happy. She will constantly move the goalpost and find ways to tell you you are not good enough for her. This is a relationship red flag. It's good that you didn't give the phone to an ungrateful person. Kind of my thought. Yeah, OP sounds very kind from this and definitely deserves to be treated better. Plus, co-opting friends to gang up on him. I realize this is so common on Am I the Jerk, it almost seems normal, But it's not normal to bring your friends into domestic disputes. Venting to a friend is fine. Then, them wading into the disagreement is not cool. I can't even imagine inserting myself into a friend's relationship that way. Even when a friend is in a toxic relationship, I never say jack about it to her partner, despite my view of how bad of a person he was. Meet me in the middle, says the unjust man. You take a step towards him, he takes a step back. Meet me in the middle, says the unjust man. Very wise. And just if you are curious about where that link goes, it just goes here to Adam's quotes. So I don't know who Adam Jackman is, but the person who this quote was originally from was A.R. Moxon. All right, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for giving my sister-in-law some of my breast milk, but not my sister? I'm a 31-year-old female, and I have an 11-week-year-old daughter. My sister-in-law has a 14-year-old weak son. Yes, this was planned. My sister is currently 3 months pregnant. These are all our first children. Sister-in-law and I are very close. We've known each other since primary type close. Several years ago, she was diagnosed with breast cancer and chose to have a double mastectomy. She had arranged to get colostrum from the hospital store for her son and the formula feed, but due to the virus, our hospital had very little in stock and they were rationing what they had, so he would have only gotten a couple of meals. I was lucky enough that I had been leaking since week 33, so I had started collecting it and had planned on donating my excess to the hospital. When she told me about her situation, I offered her some of my oversupply. This worked great. I actually still have some left over due to giving it to the hospital. And then she shifted the formula when her son was 4 days old. When my daughter was born, I developed a very forceful letdown and oversupply that made her gassy and spilly, so my midwife recommended that I pump before I feed. This turned into a freezer full of stored milk, and I offered some to my sister-in-law, as she was having trouble finding one that her son was adjusting to, as he was allergic to 2 that she tried, and others made him spilly and gassy. This has worked really well for us over the last 10 weeks. Both babies are doing amazing and no more upset tummies. However, my sister has now asked me to do this for her when her baby is born, because she doesn't want to breastfeed and she doesn't want to get saggy breasts or stretch marks. I decline because by the time her baby is born, I will be back at work and my daughter will be moving on to solids, and my job isn't pumping friendly for a variety of reasons. She's now mad at me and put me and my sister-in-law on blast on various social media platforms for, quote, deliberately excluding her and, quote, wanting to see her baby suffer. No amount of explanation calms her down, and I'm starting to wonder if I should just do this as her big sister. Am I the jerk here? All right, OP. I like how you phrased that last sentence here. You didn't ask really if you were the jerk. You were just like, should I do this as her big sister? Because I think deep down inside, you're well aware that you're not a jerk, and this isn't your responsibility. You helped your friend who could not breastfeed. I think there's a huge difference between someone who's had a double mastectomy and you having an overflow supply that you were willing to donate, and someone else who is like, I'm entitled to your breast milk for whatever reason they choose. The thing is this, she's not entitled to your breast milk, plain and simple. If you want to generously donate what's left in your freezer to her, you're welcome to. You are under no obligation to do so, though. And so that's what I see here. Like, there's just no reason for her to be hostile like this. There's no reason for her to blast you on social media like this. You're not purposely excluding her, and your friend is certainly not excluding her either. This is just a convenient situation that worked out well for both of you. So no, I don't think that you're being a jerk in this situation. I think your sister is being entitled, and again, you don't owe her your breast milk. Plain and simple. Take care and good luck. Your sister doesn't have any medical problems where you need to give it to her. It seems you won't even have any when she has her baby, so there's no point in your sister doing this. She can just get some from the store or hospital. Wait, so your sister is upset that you are supporting a cancer survivor's feeding journey because you won't do the same for her, and her reasoning is pure vanity? So using her logic, you should continue to make your breast saggy and wrist stretch marks, so she doesn't have to? Oh, and she wants you to do this towards the end of your breastfeeding journey with your own child. This is laughable. You are not a jerk, but your sister is. Can we agree that OP is a saint for doing this? Breastfeeding and pumping is very intimate and can be stressful and painful. Helping another mother and baby by giving your own milk is beyond generous. All right, our last letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Gaslighting My Fiancé? Today, I was playing a game online of Catan with a few of my friends and my fiancé. In a private text message, my fiancé texted me that one of my friends always had such bad settlements in the game as an inside joke. I thought this was funny and forwarded the text to my group friend chat that she is also a part of. My fiancé immediately got upset at me and told me I crossed a line and that I breached and destroyed our trust. She is extremely upset at me, saying that my friends probably think badly of her because it shows that she talks about them behind their back. She says that she just wanted to send me something privately that was meant to be funny just between the two of us. And she says that she already feels like an outsider in my friends group and that this made it worse. I told her that she's overreacting because of the context of the conversation being about Catan. I get what I did was really bad of me. I should not have shared our private conversation and made her feel bad. I'm apologetic of what I did, but I do think that she's blowing the situation out of proportion and that she doesn't need to be this upset about it. If I had shared something more personal, I would understand her level of anger against me. Am I a jerk? All right, OP. I think that you did break the trust in this situation. This was meant to be a private message, and if she thought that this was going to be something that the group would appreciate, then she would have sent it to the group. I think probably the best way to mend the situation is to have your friends assuage her fears that she's not fitting into the group and just be like, ah, haha, yeah, that was really funny, or something like that. You know, have them, hopefully they've replied and are all like thinking that this is hilarious. But again, as an outsider, she doesn't really probably feel comfortable making these kinds of jokes yet. And she might feel like this wasn't necessarily, that she didn't necessarily have the right chemistry, or that they don't really understand her personality well enough for her to make a joke like this and get away with it. You know, each friend group has their own dynamic, and, you know, introducing a new individual can be a really difficult thing for everyone to take to. And while you probably thought this was funny, maybe one of your friends didn't, and maybe it will alienate her. So you were taking a risk by sharing her personal message with you. And again, I think if you wanted to share this to the group chat, you should have asked her first. You should have said, hey, I think this is really funny. I think the other people in the group will really appreciate it. Do you mind if I share it? Or maybe you could make the joke to the friends group. So I think that probably would have gone a lot better and been a little bit more inclusive of her, you know, allowing her to decide whether or not she wants her private message shared. So I do think that you went behind her back, and I think that you owe her an apology, and it's going to take some time to rebuild that trust. So anyhow, take care and good luck. You're the jerk. You don't share conversations, text, or emails from your partner with a group without asking for permission first. You're the jerk. She already felt like an outsider. As you said, she feels vulnerable, and she's relying heavily on you to help her assimilate into the group and solidify herself in a friendly position. What you did probably feels monumental because she doesn't have the history that you have with these people, so they may not feel great about her joking yet. It doesn't feel big to you because these people are in your comfort zone. They aren't in hers. That was well said. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. If you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.